many quarterbacks would you take before him for the remainder of the season, Max Kellerman?
None. If Patrick Mahomes is right, he plays quarterback at the highest level of all time. That includes Aaron Rodgers in his prime. What I've seen from Patrick Mahomes in a season and a couple games, the standard was Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Mahomes at least hit that standard. He can do things no one else can do.
I'm going to do you a favor. I'm coming right back to you right now, because I want you to answer it correctly. Because obviously, if he's healthy, we're not even asking the question. We're only asking the question because he's coming off his injury. So knowing he's coming off his injury, now what's your answer?
Same. I don't think Andy Reid or anyone involved in that organization is going to risk the next 10 years, at least if he's healthy, where every single year you have a chance to win a Super Bowl because you have the first Michael Jordan of football on your team. I know Deshaun Watson, Dabo Sweeney said that about Deshaun Watson, but in terms of talent, it's like Aaron Rodgers, but with a great coach.
Patrick Mahomes is a bad brother. Patrick Mahomes is special. He is no Michael Jordan of anything yet.
Well, Michael Jordan wasn't Michael Jordan of anything until he won championships.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. But number two, let me say this. The answer to the question directly, there's 3 guys I'd take ahead of him right now. Only because he's coming off his injury. If he never got hurt, of course I would not do this. But because he's coming off his injury, combined with the way they're flowing right now, there are 3 quarterbacks that I would take. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, and Lamar Jackson.
All right, what does the guy think that hunts quarterbacks for a living?
I mean, I'm a big fan of Patrick Mahomes as well. You know, I mean, I played him twice this year and last year, and he whipped us both times. So I have to give him his respect. But I mean, obviously, I'm biased because Nick Foles is my quarterback. So I say if I had to take some person, I'm taking Nick Foles. You know, it is what it is, and I love Patrick Mahomes. He's a rock star.
We haven't seen Nick Foles drink some Gatorade yet this season. Why the hell are you gonna pick him?
Well, we haven't seen Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl either.
Calais, what do you think of Stephen A's list, though? The guys he had ahead. He had Lamar Jackson ahead of Mahomes. He had Aaron Rodgers ahead of Mahomes. And who was the
I'm just saying right at this moment.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson.
And Deshaun Watson.
Just right at this
What do you
moment.
think of that ranking?
I mean, those guys are playing real good ball right now. I mean, Lamar Jackson is, he's an ultimate leader out there playing, having fun. He just beat the Patriots, who I don't think anybody thought could beat 37 points against that defense was kind of special. I also think Deshaun Watson, obviously, just playing him, he's just finding his groove. I mean, he come back.
I understand Stephen A.
I'm not saying anybody's better than Patrick Mahomes, even though I would always throw Aaron Rodgers in there. I'm only saying in the moment, right now, the way they're flowing and the fact that he's been hurt, those 3 guys for this upcoming week, moving forward, I would want ahead of him until
Mahomes did have when he was healthy, a healthy Tyreek Hill. By the way, I mean, that's also
that brother's special.
That, and you combine that with the best tight end in the game still, it's just a whole lot. And Andy Reid knows how to use them. You brought up a couple guys. Okay, Lamar Jackson is the athlete that Mahomes is. He's not the quarterback Mahomes is. Deshaun Watson is the quarterback Mahomes is. He's not the athlete
I don't think Mahomes is the athlete that Lamar Jackson is.
But Mahomes combines athletic qualities that just no one but Aaron Rodgers has in terms of being able to run and throw like that. And then he is also a quarterback who doesn't turn the ball over and makes all the right plays. Like, it's insane what this guy is doing when he's healthy.
Do you actually care to listen to what we're saying? We know this about Mahomes. We're just talking about he's been hurt. So coming off his injury, I'm anticipating that he's still not going to be himself. And because if he's healthy, there's nothing to talk about. Of course, you're right. But because he's coming off his injury, the way Lamar and Deshaun have been flowing, I would take both of them in the AFC ahead of him at this moment.
I'll say one thing about Deshaun Watson. You bring up when you talk about Nick Foles, to me it seems as an outsider looking in, Deshaun Watson has that Nick Foles stuff in terms of his actual, other than his talent and his skill, how he honed that talent. He also has that thing that seems to get everyone on the team to believe. How could you describe what that is? Like, you talked about it with Foles. Watson seems to, what am I talking about what am I seeing?
I mean, it's really a confidence that makes other people believe, like makes me want to play better. Like you work with Nick Foles, and then you kind of like go into my, I'm watching my tape, and I'm going to do my drills and stuff. I'm like, I need to work harder. I need to do more because this guy can actually lead us there. He can get us there.
How does Mahomes take those hits? Because you talked about Deshaun Watson.
Oh, he's the
you talked
same.
about Brady, and you said they got you guys twice.
Yeah, no.
He can
Patrick
take
Mahomes
it?
is the same. Yeah, he gets hit and gets up and has a smile on his face. It's like, I respect those guys. I love them. I love when the guy can get hit. But, I mean, the hard part is both him and Deshaun, they're tough to hit, too. I mean, those guys make you miss. I mean, they're very elusive. And then they'll throw the ball, right when you get ready to hit them and put it right on the money for a touchdown. It's like, oh.
Something
And
special.
I got this to say about Patrick Mahomes. Superstar, talent, no doubt. I believe Deshaun Watson can catch him. I believe Deshaun Watson can be just as good, if not better, than Patrick Mahomes. He's not there yet, but I believe he can. He's got that kind of talent, that kind of skills. Deshaun Watson, as I said weeks ago, is something special. And he's coming. He is coming because he didn't have Andy Reid. He got Bill O'Brien with him. He don't have Andy Reid with him.
When I say Deshaun, when I said Mahomes or the Michael Jordan, when Jordan first came on the scene, before he won the championships, and people said, well, you can't call him the best ever, even whatever your eyeballs are seeing, he has to win championships, and then he won a whole bunch, more than anyone of his era. Mahomes jumps off the screen to me in football the way MJ did in basketball. I have not seen that before. I would liken Deshaun Watson, even though Dabo said he's like MJ, more like Magic Johnson. He can hit the clutch shot, but it's more about the effect he has on everyone around him to me than just the things he does. I see him more like Magic than Michael, if you want to make a basketball analogy. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.